Hi, I'm Stan The Annuity Man, America's annuity agent licensed in all 50 states. Glad you joined me. Who has the best fixed annuity rates? Easy, no-brainer question. TheAnnuityMan.com. We have a live MIGA feed and all that stuff. I'm going to stop promoting. I want to hear music, and then we're going to get into how to find the best fixed rates. Okay, so if you go to theannuityman.com, you'll see a button you click for the best MIGA rates available. Now you have to understand that fixed rate annuities, multi-year guarantee annuities, the best way to find them is go to my site. We have a live feed. You can see it 24/7, 365. You don't even have to sign up. All you have to do is hit the live feed, punch in the state of residence that you're living in, the beautiful state you're in, and then the duration, 2, 3, 4, or 5 year, whatever that you're interested in. Hit go, and then click the go button, and then you're going to see the best rates for your specific state of residence, and they change all the time. You have to kind of be on top of it and look, and the only way to lock in those rates is to go through the application process with us. That's not a sales pitch, that's just reality. That doesn't mean you need to buy one, but that's how it works. Again, go to my site, click the feed, and just shop away. Great story. So, we're shooting all these videos in an undisclosed bat cave location in the frozen tundra of the United States of America, and we took a break, and I checked my email, and here's the email that comes in, and the guy's like, "We checked your MIGA feed on theannuityman.com, fantastic," and all that stuff and all the accolades, but here's the last sentence. "In addition to what I saw on the site and on the feed, do you have any other fixed rate annuities that you're not showing on that you can tell me about?" In other words, is there like a secret little place where you keep the other ones, the really good ones for the really good clients? No. I was talking to my team. I'm like, we should test that. Like, put a button. It's like, do you want to be on the secret list? And they're like, no, we're not doing that. I would say, I'm kidding. The point is, this is a transparent commodity type product. There is no hidden ones. There's not some secret place for even better rates. We show all the rates. We show all the rates with all the carriers. So, we're very transparent with that. But I just found that funny that this guy thought that there's a possibility that Stan the Annuity Man was hiding a few. No. When you go to the site and you punch in your state and you punch in the duration, you're going to see the best fixed rates available for you. So what is the best company or carrier for annuities? There's no good answer to that, just really bad sales pitches. There are some carriers that offer these multi-year guarantee annuity fixed rates, some don't, but not one's better than the other. There are some that are rated higher from the standpoint of AM Best, Moody's, Standard & Poor's, or Fitch Comdex ranking. But at the end of the day, it's like shopping for a plane ticket. You go buy a plane ticket, unless you're on some rewards point system with a carrier. If you're not that person, and you're like the rest of us, you just go in and you shop for the best deal that you can find based on the specific parameters that you put in. So in the MIGA world, the fixed rate world, you're putting in, okay, I want to invest in a 3-year in the state of South Dakota. Punch that in, and then you're going to see all of the carriers listed. Now, I do encourage you to schedule a call with me once you get to that point, because I will talk to you about the carriers, the claims paying ability, and if a carrier, you shouldn't be buying that carrier. I mean, that's my job. That's what I do. That's the reason I'm Stan the Annuity Man, the top agent out here, is I do my research on these companies. I look at their bond holdings, their solvency ratio, and all that stuff to make sure that they can back up the claims. Remember that fixed rate annuities, these MIGAs, there are what's called a state guarantee funds that back up these companies to a certain level. Is it similar to FDIC? Yes, but it's not FDIC. Okay, FDIC is the best, and these state guarantee funds have never really been tested. So when you buy these fixed rate annuities, you're buying the claims paying ability of that issuing carrier. So there's no one carrier that has the best rate, or you just can't look at it like that. You got to look at it commoditized. Okay, let me find the best rate, and then let's me and Stan and I talk about, does this carrier make sense for your specific situation? So what is the best fixed annuity rate? There is no good answer to that question. You have to understand that fixed rates can go out as far as 10 years or more. The question is, should you lock in a fixed rate that long? In my opinion, Stan the Annuity Man, America's Annuity Agent, I would probably say no. Currently, in the current interest rate environment, at the time of this taping, I am recommending clients to stay short durations, 5 years and in. So currently, the shortest duration fixed rate annuity you can purchase is a 2-year. That's not available in every state, but there are a couple carriers that do a 2-year, and then 3-year, 4-year, and 5-year. Because if you look at just basic yield curve analysis, meaning that simplistic explanation is where's my best bang for the buck, and where does that best bang for the buck end from a duration standpoint? It's at about the 5-year level currently at the time of this taping. To go farther out than that, the annuity companies are really not rewarding you to do that. They're not giving you extra yield to say lock in for 10 years. So currently, right now, at the time of this taping, it's 5 years and in. And a lot of times we're laddering these fixed rates. We're buying like a 3-year, 4-year, and a 5-year because we do not know where rates are going to go. There's an argument for them to go up. There's an argument for them to go down. And by the way, nobody on the planet knows where they are moving. And if they do, you don't know that person because they're just sitting in their closet making money off those interest rate moves. They're not sharing it with anybody. So the best way to do this is either to lock in with a specific rate. So is there a best fixed rate? No, there's not. I will say this. If you said to me, Stan, I'm thinking about a 3-year fixed rate or a 5-year fixed rate, I'm always going to say, let's go ahead and just buy the 3. Always always choose the shorter duration. That's my opinion, just because I'd rather you have money coming due sooner than later. And I also tell people, always listen to your gut instinct. Always listen to that little voice in your head that's saying, short term or whatever. Go with that gut instinct. Go with that discernment, because typically it's correct. But if you come to me and say, Stan, I want to buy a 10-year, I'm going to say, can we go 5 instead? Can we shorten the duration? I'm always going to be pushing you to shorten that duration. So I get these questions all the time. What are fixed annuities paying, or what does a $100,000 fixed annuity pay? It really comes down to the interest rate and the duration that you lock in. That doesn't mean you have to peel off the interest from these fixed rate annuities. You can with some, not all. Some carriers do not allow that. Some carriers do allow you to peel off that interest. So what does it pay? I mean, it's very, very basic math. If you're buying say a 5-year and the yield is 3% annually, and you put $100,000 in, you can peel off $3,000 a year and not touch the principal. It's really that simple. But when people use the word pay, that's typically used with lifetime income type annuities. This isn't a lifetime income annuity. This fixed rate annuity stuff, this is CD type products. So you're talking about what does it pay? The real question is what interest rate does it is the yield? What's the yield of that interest rate? And then can I peel that off from an income standpoint? I guess you can classify that as income without touching the principal, because a lot of you out there have bought CDs and then you've just peeled off the interest, and so at the end of the duration you still have that original investment amount and you've been peeling off the interest. The same thing can be done with multi-year guarantee annuities, fixed rate annuities. You just have to tell us that's what you want to do, and then I will help you find those companies and the durations that will achieve that goal for you. Okay, so we talked about best fixed annuity rates. I would encourage you to go to theannuityman.com. I've written a book on it, MIGA Owner's Manual. I'll send it to you for free. You can sign up there, you can schedule a call, you can use our calculators. And before you leave, hit the subscribe button and I'll see you on the next Stan the Annuity Man video.